Welcome into week 3 of Rivals League, Split 2. My name is Righteous. Joining me is Husky, and we got Kachow Esports taking on Juicebox Gang. Former Rawr members going head-to-head in this matchup. As always, starting off with the 2v2 to decide sides. Select for game 1. Key and Kittens of Kachow taking on Millie Bobby Brown and Stank of JBG. And interesting collection of champions we got here. Pike and Gragas for both sides.
Yeah. A little different than what we have been seeing, but as we have been doing all season, both sides, the champions chosen beforehand. So a mirror match to make things a little bit more equal.
He has the Arcane Comment for some poke. Millie Bobby Brown rocking the graphs, so some interesting decisions there. Millie Bobby Brown going to be sunned up. Kitten's going to be pulled out of MBB's E, forced to flash away.
Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown definitely going for more of a frontline Gragas build, as opposed to Key for, as you mentioned, more of the poke with that Lost Chapter.
And he's sustained with Gragas and his passive, so most of the damage, obviously you're going to probably want to focus to squish your target anyways, but should go on to both pikes respectfully. Stank, swing and a miss on that Q. MBB, gonna stun up Key. Kittens forcing the flash out of MBB, now on the run. Millie Bobby Brown taking it to about quarter HP. Key gonna miss the bump. Stank gonna find the roots. Kittens gets the Q, gets the stun. Exhaust comes out onto Key. Key will be pulled back, forced to flash away. Millie Bobby Brown on the run. Kitten's gonna find that kill for Forced Blood. Oh. Nice effort from Key to try to bomb Stank back into the play, but just a little short.
Yeah, Key and Kittens did hit 6 first, so trying to take advantage of that.
Ooh. Ultimate from Kittens is true, and the kill will be found. Key gonna sacrifice his own life for that tower dive.
Just a little 2-1 kill lead at the moment.
Kittens gotta be careful. It's gonna be knocked up. The pullback from Stank. Gonna find the root. Oh, ultimate just wide, but it doesn't matter. Shut down for Millie Bobby Brown.
Just like that, we are tied again, and pretty equal health bars. Millie Bobby Brown and Stank didn't really lose anything on that kill.
Stank finds the pullback. Key, plenty tanky though. Ludens has already been purchased. Yeah, you gotta be careful with, like, we've seen it a couple times already, some anti-synergy going on where the pull comes through, the E gets missed, the ult comes through, the ult gets missed. Is Key gonna be CC'd perfectly by Stank and Millie Bobby Brown. Key on the run. Not gonna be able to get out of that one. So will go down. JBG takes a 3-2 kill lead.
Yeah, nice ultimate by Millie Bobby Brown right there with the Gragas. He did hit it the right way and was able to push Key in the direction he needed him to go.
3 kills to 2. JBG looking for that 5-kill win condition. Once collected for either side, we'll be able to get side select here in game 1. Kitten's gonna find the mark on the Stank. Stank gonna find a root. Both are able to back away. MBB looking to get aggressive. Q from Kittens gonna find out onto MBB. Oof. Oh, there's the pull from Kittens. Stank dodges out the root. Millie Bobby Brown on the run, gonna be taken low. Kittens has the ultimate and will find that mark, evening up the kills 3-3.
Stank's gonna have to be careful here, as could be an easy kill if he plays too far up.
You gonna find some poke with that Ludens. King Comet comes through. Both these teams, 2 kills. 4-5.
The Lich Bane is gonna come through for Millie Bobby Brown.
Okay. Ooh. MBB doing plenty of poke there. You're gonna be found onto Kittens. Kittens gonna dash away. Both these teams wanting side select here in game 1. Playing slow. Millie Bobby Brown gonna go in, miss the CC. Not much of a punish. The ultimate comes through, but Millie Bobby Brown has the portal available, going to use it. Key gonna find the E onto MBB. MBB taking low. Kittens searching for the ultimate. Grog's just not quite low enough. Ooh, the double Q comes forward. Kitten gonna find the root onto Stank. An ultimate from Millie Bobby Brown to split the team, and Stank gets the kill before Kittens can come through. Key gonna be pulled back into the enemy team, and that is a double kill for Stank, and that is side selection for Juicebox Gang.
It was going slow, everyone kind of just respecting each other, but anytime that it's 3-3, that could be the end very quickly, and we saw it right there. As soon as the first one goes down, the second was soon to follow.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting 2v2. It seems like once they figured out the CC's combinations, both teams able to find the picks that they needed to get some kills coming through, but ultimately JBG comes up victorious. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Rivals League Split 1, last split, a team that was participating, Rawr, made it all the way to the finals match where they lost to the Patriots. The team has since split up into 2 different identities. You have Kachow Esports and Juicebox Gang, both of which are playing here today. Multiple members from that Raw roster going to be on that one.
Yeah, kind of the Rawr Civil War, if you will, although neither team rocking the name Rawr anymore. It would be interesting if, Doki was in the comments, perhaps. Maybe we could get his take and figure out who he might be rooting for.
So it looks like with JBG's victory in the 2v2, they're going to be electing for red side here in game 1. It's been a hit or miss, I think, for red side victories. If blue side has a prepared draft, it seems like blue side typically is the stronger side. However, red side, if they're able to utilize some flex picks, utilize some counter picks, they are definitely strong in their own right. And I know JBG loves trying to find any angle opportunity for an advantage within the draft. Thinking of Dude Caleb's Heimerdinger in the championship last split.
They lost the game, but he actually he made that work pretty well. Able to neutralize BKs from the Patriots in that game fairly successfully.
Here in Rivals League, every champion both picked and banned in the first 2 games are going to be banned away for the rest of the series if the series goes 3. Both of these teams suffering losses last week. Both trying to right the ship. Kachow Esports still looking for their first win of Rivals League Split 2.
Looks like we are live in draft now.
Yep, Stinks Aphelios going to be banned away. Not going to be able to get his main there. Tom Canish going to be banned away from JBG. Kog'Maw, the next ban by Kachow, answered by a Mel from JBG. A lot of bot lane focus as Tyler Durden's Rakong going to be banned away. And Ray's Kisante hits the chopping blocks.
Definitely some really quick bans. That happens when you got two teams that were basically one team last split. They all know each other. They know their strengths, their weaknesses, and very quick and decisive bans for both sides.
Very, very quick bans coming through. But now the picks slowing a little bit down. Kachow thinking about what they want to take here. And it's going to be Twitch picked up by Kachow Esports. A champ that once he gets going, it's very hard to stop, especially if teams aren't comfortable playing around vision. We'll have to see ultimately how this Twitch is able to fare, as a Nyla locked in as an answer would be very entertaining. I don't know if it's the best pick in a Twitch. The timer's going to tick down to 0. Husky, tell me a little about this Nyla pick.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of Nyla at the moment. But, you know, maybe Juicebox Gaming knows something we don't. I have seen a couple videos out there about some level 1 craziness strats with Nyla and her XP sharing. Don't think that that's going to happen, but these guys over at Juicebox do some crazy stuff. So, you know, maybe we see something like that.
Mumu going to be locked in for Juicebox, and I'm convinced if you look at all the games played by Rivals League members, Mumu's got to be one of, if not the highest win rates in the league. Seems like if you pick that champ, it's just a free cheat code, does plenty of damage, great CC and utility from the jungle. So I'm assuming it goes jungle, that is.
Yeah, I would say let's put it this way. It's the only champ that I can have a positive win rate on in the jungle, so it's got to be pretty easy.
Yep. Mordekaiser locked in. A very nice counter into the Mumu and some of these other, you know, engage junglers. If you can get the ultimate before the fight starts, put them in the death realm, they're going to have minimal impact on team fights, especially if Mordekaiser can pick up those solo kills within the ulti. Could go jungle, could go top. It's Milio going to be locked in. A very nice combo. Twitch Milio. Plenty of damage, some nice disengage. If Milio stays out of the Amumu ulti, free cleanse for everyone that Amumu does get within his curse with the sad mummy. So good stuff from Kachow here so far. Okay. Elise is locked in. Is this an Elise Nyla bot lane?
That would be my guess. Elise support was really strong a month or so ago. It kind of has, you know, fallen out of favor, but still a viable pick in that support position.
I like it. I mean, the CC that comes through, you're not putting your body on the line, so Milio can just knock you back with the Q. And if you're able to find the Milio, plenty of damage between both the Nyla and Elias to really make that support pop. As we look at the rest of the bans here, Silas and Yone, two middle laners banned away by JBG. Kachow banning away, really Bobby Brown's Fizz. And Galio is going to be the last ban, another champion that probably has one of the highest win rates in Rivals League. Ornn immediately hovered by JBG and Dude Caleb.
Yeah, Ornn a pretty nice, safe pick. It's definitely one of the most blindable top laners there is.
Yeah, I mean, okay. I like Ornn as a pick, don't get me wrong. It does a lot for your team, gives you scaling, gives you the ornaments, safe side laner, plenty of damage, you know, built into his kit. I just feel like Mordekaiser is such a strong answer to it, and Shen, if it comes through, is also a great answer to it. So 2 Ornn counters coming through. That makes me think that Mordekaiser is actually jungle, which can keep up with the clear from the Amumu and really make Amumu's job a lot harder when the ultimates come through. So we'll have to see how Kachow is able to pilot that one as Victor. Gonna be hovered and probably locked by Kachow. Okay, never mind. Malzahar. Interesting. Lots.
Notably, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just say lots of CC in Kachow
Oh,
Esports. You got the ultimate from Mordekaiser. You got the E, Shen Taunt. Yeah, ultimate. So, they're gonna be searching for picks, I
yeah.
think.
I was gonna say before this hover even that Millie Bobby Brown's Echo still on the table. We saw season 1 of Rivals. That was kind of his go-to champ, and he looked significantly better on that than any other champ. So not a surprise that he's gonna take that one.
We are into game 1 of this best of 3 series between Kachow Esports on blue side and Juicebox Gang on red. Looks like Kachow setting up for a potential invade from JBG that I don't know what that would look like unless Jonikis was willing to start Q. Some interesting summoner spell choices and runes. Ray, no TP on the Shen, just gonna be that Ignite, looking for lane domination against Dude Caleb's Ornn. Similarly, Millie Bobby Brown rocking the Ignite, no TP against Kittens, which that one confuses me just because I don't know how much kill threat Echo's really gonna have against the Malzahar. Malzahar is really good at just absorbing pressure with the use of the spell shield. Once the ultimate comes through, able to use that against the melee Echo as well. So that one's a little bit more suspicious to me. But Husky, what are your thoughts here in this early game?
I mean, 1 TP on both sides, so as you mentioned, the 2 ignites. Usually, I'd say you'd be right, but I saw Millie Bobby Brown terrorize this league on the Echo last season, so I still believe.
We'll have to see if Millie Bobby Brown can get off to his hard start here. As definitely gonna have that push early. Bot lane gonna be very entertaining to watch. We'll see how this Elise Nyla can carve out an advantage as both junglers gonna be pathing down there as well.
And that makes
like
a lot of
the,
sense. Kind of a tank fest up here.
Yeah. I like the ward on to the Raptors from, I believe, MBB. As well as that coverage ward on blue, so. Looks like Juicebox Gang operating with a plan. As Ray able to get a lot of damage into Ornn there with that quick trade. Level 3 about to take over for this Nyla lane. Kittens has to play safe here. MVP does have that Q as a Ray taunt will find its mark. Ignite going to be used. Ray not going to flash for that as Dude Caleb probably ready to flash as well. So Ignite used for some lane pressure. Dude Caleb going to have to TP back to lane.
Yeah, we'll get possibly an early CS lead on the Shen here.
We do have to note, Kittens, I would say not a mid laner by trade, at least not looking at their op.gg. A Yuumi main, actually had the magical cat title loading into this one, so Millie Bobby Brown, who is very familiar with the mid lane, probably aware of this, which is why we're seeing this kind of aggression. It seems like Kitten's been tasked to, just kind of absorb this pressure, CS as they can, and then be an ult bot. As Jonikis has to be careful. Mordekaiser getting aggressive here, but MBB the first to move from the bottom lane. Tyler Durden's E gonna go wide. MBB focusing down Kittens. Kittens has the flash available. Will she use it? Yes. So Kitten's able to flash away. Ignite used by Millie Bobby Brown. Stank getting aggressive here. Macho on the run. Root gonna come down onto Adrian Legitness. But not enough damage from the Nyla Elise duo.
Lots of fighting so far. Still looking for that first blood, though.
Yeah, very even across the board here. Ray, despite the aggression onto Dude Caleb, actually down CS, but then basically even outside of that. Curious to see, as Dragon is spawning in 10 seconds, whether either team is going to be playing for that first Drake. Plenty of scaling between both these teams. This Dragon has spawned.
Interestingly, both junglers had not backed yet. Jonikis just backed on the Amumu right now, so theoretically would have the advantage in a fight versus Mordekaiser with the items.
Yep. Faded coming through. Gonna help with that clear, Dude Caleb. Gonna find the knock up. Tyler Durden unable to find that stun. Lulu's running straight down to this bottom lane. Like you said, Key hasn't backed down that crucial item component. Uh-oh. Macho gonna be exhausted. Immediate flash from the Twitch. Saved his life. As exhausted did come through for Stank. So Kachow forced to give this first Dragon. Probably the call anyways, as like you said, Key hadn't backed quite yet. Unfortunate positioning from Macho and Adrian, as if the call was to give Dragon, no reason to hug the river there. Forced to flash, so Twitch gonna be without that one for the next 5 minutes.
You know, mark that down. Gonna be... Ooh.
Key, sorry, Kittens. Doing plenty of damage into this Echo. Echo does have the ultimate available. Has to be careful with the Malzahar silence, however. Impressive stuff from Kitten so far. That was all without really any damage items. 2 mana items and a tome was all that the Malzahar had, so. Like what Key's doing though, playing with the tempo that Kachow got from skipping that Drake. Immediately on to Jonikis' red. Tyler Durden not gonna find that root. Electrocute proc will come through, but plenty of damage between the Milio and the Twitch, so Tyler Durden chunked below half health. Dude, Caleb gonna find that knockup. Just a lot of trading back and forth in that top lane. I don't think either top laner is really in any danger. Bobby Brown go shove in that mid wave. Looks to make a play around bottom as Macho doesn't have that flash. Still has barrier. Oh, Macho might be caught here. Ooh. Wow, the root from Tyler Durden gonna hit. Ultimate comes through by Stank. Macho on the run. Heal forced to use. Adrian Legitness forced to flash. First blood secured by Stank.
Millie Bobby Brown, as you mentioned, pushing that mid wave. Great roam timer right there. And helps get the kill in the bot lane.
2 plates secured as well on the top side of the map. Dude, Caleb, and Jonikis trying to get aggressive, but the bandage toss will go wide. All that while, Key able to secure the Void Grubs. Key's one job in mind, and that seems like to be full clearing on repeat. He has a 20 CS lead over Mumu here, 9 minutes in. Gonna make his way to the top side now.
I don't recall seeing Mordekaiser gank a lane to this point.
Good play by Juicebox Gang on the bottom side of the map, though. Millie Bobby Brown gets the shove, plays with the tempo, makes the roam, and Tyler Durden with that cocoon was all that was needed. Kittens stopping the back of Millie Bobby Brown. That one's gonna hurt as he's going to miss a good chunk of this wave. No TP available to him. Cocoon gonna land, but not any follow-up from the Nyla. Kittens quietly has 2 plates that she has secured, so plenty comfortable on this Malzahar. Dragon spawning in 1 minute. Going to be a Chemtech dragon as Millie Bobby Brown tries to get aggressive here. Ooh, ultimate comes through from MBB. Kitten's forced to flash away. Ultimate is used, but the shield from MBB's W is going to be enough to secure a kill. Kittens goes down.
Yeah, just so aggressive. We saw it.
Uh-oh. Adrian Legitness walks into the waiting arms of Jonikis. No flash available. Means the Milio is no longer of this earth. Key trying to find a return kill. Unable to do so. Has that flash. Typically, we'll see the Mordekaiser's run Ghost to close that distance. As Ray gonna get aggressive here. Dude Caleb forced to E away. What's interesting is despite Adrian Legitness going down, it's actually Kachow that holds the River Prio. It's key. Gonna stop some back. Stank. Wow, that isolation Q doing so much damage. So all 3 members of Juicebox Gang are going to have to back. Key knows this and is immediately onto this dragon. Millie Bobby Brown looks like he's trying to play for a steal, but he has Smite. Smite comes through. Ultimate used by Key onto MBB. This might be a silly death from the mid laner of Juicebox Gang as he does go down.
That was
it was a shutdown as well.
Yeah, that was a very interesting play. I mean, also had Dark Seal, so gonna lose stacks on that. Really unsure what Millie Bobby Brown was trying to do as he's the mid laner and not gonna win that fight against Smite.
I mean, maybe if he had an unsealed spellbook, I get it. You want to keep the dragon stacking going. You are the team that has the Ornn. You can scale late as Jonikis. Gotta get aggressive here. Key now in the middle of 3 members. Has the W, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough. Actually, a well-timed ultimate from Kittens means the Stank is gonna go down. Key is able to get out alive. Now Kittens on the run. Dude Caleb has TP'd into the bottom half of this map. So Millie Bobby Brown able to collect that kill. But at the end of the day, it was a 1-for-1, which I thought it was just gonna be 1-for-0 with Key going down, but Kachow able to turn that one around.
Yeah, Kitten's in the right place with the right time with that ult. Saved Key's life.
What do you think about this Kanik Rukern purchase first item for Ornn?
I mean, is playing into the Shen, but if you think about it, you know, Mordekaiser, Malzahar, there is a lot of AP. Twitch gonna have some AP ratios as well.
I think it's an interesting purchase. Is 20 CS up on Ray's Shen, but Ray's got Tiamat. He has the Ignite as Macho gonna pop the ultimate, forcing Stank away. Gonna clear that wave. Mid lane falls. So while the Feat of Warfare went the way of Juicebox Gang, first tower collected by Kachow. Gonna come down to who can secure the most objectives here. as it is currently 2-1 in favor of Kachow Esports.
Yeah, despite the 4-2 kill difference, they are up about 1,000 gold, mostly due to those objectives.
Rift Herald spawning in 30 seconds. Key securing the Scuttle Crab, but might be converged upon by Dude Caleb. Instead, Dude Caleb is the one that is forced to flash away as Key was backing. Key able to get that back off with Elise waiting in the wings. Now attention turned on to Ray, but it looks like Juicebox Gang gonna settle for a free Herald.
Yeah, Tyler Durden made their way up with the Elise. Adrian Legitness still in the bot lane. That should be a free objective, but also will be some good scaling for Macho's Twitch.
Ray does have to be careful. Should know that multiple members of JBG are up on the top side of this map. Kitten getting some chip damage. Ooh, nice use of the W from Ray to cancel out that brittle stacked auto. And quietly, despite Ray being down 20 CS, multiple members of Kachow Esports have CS leads here, attributing to their almost 1,000 gold lead. Key and Kittens taking up shop on Jonikis blue quadrant. Ooh, Tyler might have walked a little bit too far forward there. Flash forward from Kittens to find the ultimate, and Tyler Durden goes down.
Yeah, I think he knew that the bot lane was there, but didn't know that Kittens and Key were also there.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Herald able to secure that tier 1. Get some chip damage down on tier 2. Key has the ultimate. Stun from the Curse of the Sad Mummy did come through, but Key able to find that E onto the Amumu. W going to be procced. Ooh, the Q just a bit wide. Millie Bobby Brown wisely leaving, as I don't know if he had enough mana to actually use the Echo ultimate. And on the bottom side of the map, tier 1 secured by Macho and Adrian.
Kachow looking pretty good here early on. Did give up a couple kills on some roams, but definitely has pulled it back.
Dragon has spawned. Multiple members of Kachow are gonna have ultimates available. Everyone except Key on the opposite side of the map. Everyone but Jonikis has ultimate available. Millie Bobby Brown might be too far forward here. Does have the Echo ultimate, but Key looking to punish this Echo. Gonna find the isolation Q. Key giving chase to MBB. Has this Rylai's forcing the flash out of Millie Bobby Brown. Ray has the ultimate. Gonna be able to shove this wave as well with the Titanic Hydra. As Key gonna be rooted up by the bandage toss. Ultimate from Shen gonna come through, and wow, look at the shielding from the Kachow Esports team. Jonikis on the run. Stank has already been slain. Millie Bobby Brown follows suit. This is a triple kill for the Malzahar. Macho adding to the kill total, and that is a 5-0 ace for Kachow.
The great ultimate by the Shen there. Like you said, that shield was so big. Mordekaiser looked like they were about to die, and between their own shield and that Shen ultimate, wasn't even close.
Yeah, shielding from the Milio, from the Shen, like you said, that self shield as well. And Adrian Legitness off the back of that play. Go next in the all chat. So some friendly banter here in week 3. But a big team fight win, and more importantly, the Dragon picked up, which means feats of strength. secured by Kachow Esports as well. Uh-oh. Kittens. Leash of the Gromp for Millie Bobby Brown. Feels bad, but wisely exits the premises. Really gonna find the slow on a Dude Caleb. Dude Caleb so tanky on this Ornn. Key waiting in the wings. Key would probably fare better trying to do damage onto this Ornn as Jonikis was spotted out, so they're gonna exit as multiple members have found their way on the top lane for both of these teams. Interesting because Otacon spawning bot.
Yeah, not really anything to go for up top. Yeah, everyone is there.
Ultimate for Millie Bobby Brown to close the distance onto Kittens. Kittens forced to use the ultimate. Millie Bobby Brown has to be careful. Doesn't have a lot of mana available to him. Gonna die to the E and the Q of Kittens. Kittens on a rampage. 5, 2, and 3 on the Malzahar.
Yeah, great kiting and spacing by Kittens right there.
Dude, Caleb, tower under fire.
Just
That does mean that Otacon is going to be picked up uncontested by JBG. But it's Kachow that has an almost 6,000 gold lead here, 21 minutes in.
Interesting with Kachow winning all the last fights, all the most recent ones, that they're not going to set up for Otacon.
Let me look actually. So Kachow has 15 blood petals. And with the Otacon picked up by Juicebox Gang, they're up to 22. So really it's honestly not that big of a difference for giving that up. I mean, it puts them up slightly ahead. Yeah, it could have been. Put some slightly ahead in the adaptive damage. But the experience, just about the same. In fact, Kittens, the only member on the Rift that is level 14. So, I don't know. Maybe it's worth. Maybe it's just, you know, you crack that tower, you get more pressure. Pick up some gold. While Juicebox Gang really just evens up the flower petals. Mid lane tier 2 under siege by Kittens, Macho, and Adrian Legitness, Tyler Durden. Fishing for a cocoon. But Kittens doing so much damage on this Malzahar. Already 3 items completed for the Kachow mid laner. Key able to pick up a solo tower in the mid lane and walk out to safety. Juicebox Gang, they're trying to respond to the pressure that Kachow is putting out. Almost no proactivity. It's Kachow that are the ones that are proactive. And Jonik is going to walk forward. Nice flash from Macho to ensure that the Amumu unable to hit that Q. Tyler Durden below half health. The Cocoon going to find his mark. And an early Milio ult means that Macho goes down.
Someone was playing a little bit too much Pokemon. Was thinking about Machop over here.
No, Kachow Esports, Macho, flash forward from Tyler Durden, gonna find that Cocoon, but Kittens, with the help of Milio, able to stay alive. Shen ultimate gonna come through, but it won't be enough. Shutdown secured by Tyler Durden, and Millie Bobby Brown goes down on the top side of the map. Dude Caleb under fire, forced the flash away. Ultimate from Key comes through, forcing the Ornhorn out of Dude Caleb. But that means Dude Caleb is in a position where he cannot get out, and Dude Caleb goes down.
Yeah, I got a little bit too aggressive. Mordekaiser getting low. I think he just needs to stay under his tower there.
Now starting to play fast and loose. 2 members go down, however, They are able to secure the tier 2 in top, tier 2 in mid, that tier 2 and bottom lane almost gone as well. Which is why they have such a tremendous gold lead here, 24 minutes in. Dragon spawning, TP from Kittens. Sole point on the horizon for this Kachow Esports team, who through 2 weeks has yet to pick up a win. Would be massive for their playoff chances if they're able to do so here. But even more importantly, some might say, some bragging rights for some former team members.
Yeah, that's really what this is all about, right? You just want to beat the guys you're used to play with.
So a late Heartsteel purchased by Shen, which there's still ongoing debate about what's more important, the health or the Heartsteel damage. No Armed Watley, a Tom Kench main, was talking about the Esports World Cup Canyon on Sejuani. Had a Heartsteel that got like 53 stacks through 40 minutes. And gave him the same gold as 3 Giants belts. But 3 Giants belts would have been cheaper to purchase, so we'll have to see if the Shen can get some stacks going here. Otherwise, some Heartsteel detractors might be very happy. Stork boots purchased by Key. Very aggressive Mordekaiser, and credit to Key. He's been doing nothing but farming and putting pressure on the map, being at objectives. He has some nice KP as well, but he's almost 100 CS up on Jonicus here in game 1, which as a jungler you rarely see.
Yeah, I don't remember if we have had a Flame Horizon here in Rivals League. This has a chance to be the first one, though.
This Baron started up right on Vision. So Juicebox Gang well aware. However, in the bottom lane, Millie Bobby Brown doesn't have TP. So right now, this is a 4v4. The damage from the Baron not doing much. Tyler Durden forced out of the equation. Key finds the ultimate on a Jonicus, so that Curse of the Sad Mummy only hit 1. Jonicus on the run will go down from the isolated Q from Key. Stank going to be quick to follow. Gets a flashy 3-man ultimate, but really it doesn't result in much. Instead of picking up the Baron, Kachow Esports going to try to crack the base here. Tower has been demolished. Millie Bobby Brown trying to get aggressive. Ultimate from Milio, going to ensure that his jungler will not fall. Inhibitor down. 4 members, scratch that, 3 members of JBG are down as well. Kachow trying to find the end. Instead, it is a shutdown for Tyler Durden. I don't think they have enough in the tank, so they're going to take 1 inhibitor, or sorry, Nexus turret. Oh, 2-man knockup from Dude Caleb. But look at the healing from Adrian Legitness. Ray actually going to be able to find another kill onto the jungler of Juicebox Gang. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a 1-for-1 occurs. Stank takes out Macho. And at the end of the day, the base has been cracked. 1 Nexus tower is all that remains between Kachow Esports and a game 1 victory. Wasn't the prettiest ending or attempt to end, but it does net them a significant gold lead.
Just the death timer is just not long enough. Most of Juicebox Gaming was able to respawn there and save their base. But definitely some good progress by Kachow. Got a bunch of kills as well.
At what point does someone named Non-Jonicus purchase some healing reduction, some heal cut, because this Milio getting massive value, keeping multiple team members alive. 0-1 and 15. Adrian Legitness making it look easy, and in large part because, I mean, there's just no heal cut from Juicebox Gang. Is Kachow Esports going to start off this Baron? Full control over the top side of this map. Baron going to be secured. Now, Dragon has just spawned. They can look to cross over instead. It looks like they're going to play around the 2 lanes on the top side of the map. Push in mid, push in top. Give this Dragon, and instead look for some pressure and a potential end with this Baron buff.
Yeah, you mentioned no heal cut. There's just not a lot of damage for Juicebox Gaming. You got the 2 tanks and Ornn and a Mumu, but if you look at this Nyla, I mean, has not a lot going on here.
Bobby Brown to go in, force the flash from Adrian Legitness. So that's one way to reduce healing, is if you're able to kill that Milio. Milio taken down to half HP. Juicebox Gang dealing with a siege on multiple fronts. Key gonna be stunned up. Still plenty healthy. The second inhibitor of the game will fall. This whole time, Ray bringing in the wave on the bottom side. Kachow, cool, calm, collected. Utilizing the Baron to the fullest extent. Really Bobby Brown fishing for a pick. Kittens and Key playing aggressive. Jonikis gonna find the curse of the Sad Mummy, but it's only gonna be on 1. However, Key will fall. Kitten's gonna be the next to follow. On the bottom side of the map, the last inhibitor tower secured by Kachow. So 2 members down for Kachow. But the base of JBG in shambles. No further fight going to occur.
Yeah, maybe Key stepped a little bit too forward. Kittens as well. They were winning the 5v5, but they did get the bot lane inhibitor turret, so that is always a positive.
Yeah, and I mean, really it's just a matter of matching up these waves for Kachow, ensuring that they can look for a siege, because really, with Key's ultimate up, with multiple tools available for Kachow, if they just stand in JBG's base, make them play into them, they should be able to clean up the fight and find a game 1 victory, which would be the first win here in Rivals League Split 2. Adrian Legitness, though, caught out by Millie Bobby Brown. However, not enough damage from MBB to find the kill. Ultimate gonna come through. A flash forward to find the shutdown and some anti-synergy, as the ultimate from Key cut off the ultimate from Kittens. Now, at the end of the day, it will not matter. MBB eventually goes down, but 2 ults for 1 kill, probably not worth.
No, and we mentioned the Milio had been such a pain in the side with all those heals and shields. Not gonna have to worry about it for the next 20 seconds.
It was a 1 for 1. Kachow trying to find their 3rd inhibitor. Jonikis does have the ultimate, but it looks like the inhibitor should go down relatively easy. Just a couple more autos. Chow wanted to play it safe, waiting for the next wave. Jonikis is gonna find the curse of the Sad Mummy onto 2 members, Key and Kittens. Short order, but it's a triple kill for Macho, as the engage didn't land on the Twitch, and a free hitting Twitch is a very scary sight indeed. Now Macho gonna be sent up by Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown trying to make some hero plays. The ultimate gonna come through, but Macho has flashed away. Adrian Legitness respawned into the fray. Ray gonna find 2-man taunt. Dude Caleb on the run. Millie Bobby Brown forced out as well. And it looked like a great engage from Jonikis and crew, but I mean, Twitch just unloaded.
Yeah.
and they exploded.
This is a 9-3 Twitch with 3.5 items. Even though he was the only one not CC'd, that's all that mattered. Especially with that hurricane, just decimated the whole team.
Bobby Brown stopped the backs of Kachow. Dragon spawning. And 25 seconds would be soul for this Kachow Esports team. As we approach 35 minutes, they have to be very happy with how this one has played out thus far. But we're quickly reaching the stage of the game where a lead doesn't really matter, as one team fight loss would be all she wrote for either of these teams. Kachow, of course, can play slow around this objective. They have multiple super minions crashing on all sides. They don't have to flip a fight. Ornn going to TP down. And look at the wave state. They don't have to play for this. Instead, it is Key that falls. Twitch gets two. A flash forward from Kitten. Stank gonna find 3 members. But it is a triple kill for Macho on the Twitch. Make it a quadra. Nope. Kitten's able to steal that one away. And that is going to be game 1 secured for Kachow.
Yeah, Kachow played really great in this game. They came in without a win, but did not look like it in game 1.
Bobby Brown going to give over 1 more kill. And Kachow pick up their first game victory here in Rivals League Split 2. Very, very good stuff from Kachow there. And I mean, you know, we do a series MVP at the end of the series, but after this first game, I'm torn on who I would give it to. Husky, what are your thoughts? Who do you think did the bulk of the heavy lifting for Kachow here in game 1?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Kittens, to be honest, in that mid lane Malzahar. We talked about not their position, not usually something that we see them on, and yet able to outplay Millie Bobby Brown on his signature champ. Got a couple kills early. I think that kind of started the snowball. And then once it was snowballed, Macho's Twitch really took over the game, but I think Kittens is the one who started the snowball and led their team to victory here.
See, you said, but I mean, it was 100 CS lead between these two junglers. You know, Key doing a lot in the early games, out-tempoing Jonakis, able to find, you know, a massive individual advantage. And then the Milio, who up until the very late portions of the game played so clean, was never caught out, making sure that the shields, the ults. I mean, think of that dragon fight. If Key goes down there, how that might have turned the tides, turned the momentum of that game. Instead, they come up victorious in that fight. They come up victorious in game 1. I mean, multiple members of Kachow doing work there. You can basically take your pick of who would get a game MVP as we wait to get into the lobby of game 2. Very interesting stuff here.
It was, by the way, like you mentioned, exactly 100 minions difference between Key and Jonakis right there. So we did get a Flame Horizon.
From the jungle. I mean, you never see that, especially not in competitive play. From junglers, I should say.
Yeah. Key also finished up 2 levels, so not a surprise when you're getting that much CS. I mean, 7.4 per minute from Key, not some crazy number. It was more so, I think, Jonakis just at 4 minions per minute was kind of the difference there, just not getting a lot of farm on the Amumu.
Yeah, and a lot of it was just, Key denying, right? Like, Jonakis would make a play with with his team, and so Key would just do the correct thing and make a play on the cross map.
Yeah, it was kind of jungling 101, like you mentioned. Give up an objective, take the entire top side of the map. Anytime that Jonicus ganked, Key just taking advantage, and not a lot of ganks from the Mordekaiser early, but his team played effectively, um, so that they didn't fall behind from all the ganks of Amumu, and eventually just became so strong on the Mordekaiser with those CS numbers.
Right. Let's get everybody in here for game 2. It looks like we will see Juicebox Gang on red side once again. Match point here for Kachow.
Like we slightly mentioned before, Kachow had not won. Juicebox Gaming does have a win, but they were in 4th place in their division. So right now, this is the battle of the 2 4th place teams. And also the Rawr Civil War. Lots of little storylines going on in this game and the series.
Alrighty, both these teams in the lobby, just waiting for the champ select to come through, and we should be right into draft for game 2. For both of these teams, how do you keep the momentum if you are Kachow picking up your first win in Rivals League? How do you keep that going? And for Juicebox Gang, how do you reset here in game 2?
Yeah, I think it started with a strong draft from Kachow, so try to do that again, I would say.
For JBG, I mean, they got a lot of comfort picks. Just wasn't the success they were quite looking for.
Yeah, they weren't doing bad. Millie Bobby Brown looked okay early. Dude Caleb had a CS lead, was kind of the only winning lane for them in the early game. Stank and Tyler Durden a little rough going to double ranged. So, maybe you just chalk it up as Nyla's not that great of a champ. Why did we bother drafting her? Let's get maybe a more traditional ADC and see what happens with that.
We'll have to see. JBG electing for red side yet again, so they're going to give first pick priority to Kachow, which in game 1, it was the Twitch that came through and really came online in the later portions of that game. While Malzahar and Mordekaiser were doing a lot in the early to mid Twitch, a big reason why they were able to close that one out.
Definitely go either way. I think that it's going to come down to execution here. Not really a huge win on either side. I think these are both pretty good drafts. We saw Kachow, really dominate in game 1 of this series, Juicebox. Definitely, some suspect things there, but these guys have a chance to turn it around. So, like I said, I think it's going to come down to execution. If I had to pick a side, though, I'm a guy that goes with the momentum, so we're going to lean Kachow on this one. But like I said, both drafts look really good. If this Mundo can get to late game, definitely could be very difficult to kill. So I think that's kind of what Juicebox Gaming is going to go for, as opposed to Kachow. They have some good scaling too, but that Mundo could be scary if he gets to a late game scenario here.
Yeah, I mean, I always like the teams that have the more tanks on their team. I guess you could say Juicebox has 2.5 to 3 tanks, depending on how Thresh goes. You only really have the Braum on the side of Kachow. Interesting team comp. We don't see too many Viegos. Even the Jax. I feel like didn't we just see like an AP Jax a couple games ago in
Yeah,
a different
last week.
series? So maybe it won't be that. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be Vladimir mid, Jax top, surely AD. Mundo, we thinking top or jungle? I guess they could go either
I
way.
think it's going jungle. Dude, Caleb probably plays a lot of Cho'Gath. It's one of his most played champs besides Ornn, who we saw in game one. So I would guess that will go to him. And, we have Jonakis, the master of everything over here for Juicebox. So I would expect to see him pilot the Mundo here.
Okay. I'm gonna go. I mean, obviously, Kachow's in my group. I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say I hope they win, but I may or may not feel that way. But I mean, team comp wise, if I turn all the nameplates off, I mean, I'm gonna go Juicebox. I mean, I like Aurora. I've been seeing it pop off on a bunch of teams. I am a big Braum player myself, so it's tough to go against the Braum. But I mean, the Mundo Cho'Gath standing in front of a Xayah Aurora. If Xayah can do enough damage, maybe that's the caveat. So I'm gonna go Juicebox. I could go game 3 in this kind of a, what are we calling it? The Rawr Civil War. People were whispering. But we'll see. I see Kachow. I guess we didn't really touch on the bans too much, but Kachow put a lot of respect on the top and mid lane bans, while Juicebox put a lot of respect to Kachow's AD carry and Macho with the 3 bans going that way. So we will have to see on if Kachow can even up the series score or the match score 1-2, or if Juicebox makes this comeback Silver Scrapes here in week 3 of Rivals League. Let's take a quick little break and we will load up game 2 of this week 3 series.
And we are back on the Rift for game 2 of the Rawr Civil War. We have Juicebox Gaming on the red side. They're going to be taking on the blue side, Kachow Esports, who did win game 1. And it looks like we might see some early action here. Juicebox Gaming with the 5-man invade, but Kachow is exactly expecting that with a 5-man stack in this bush. Sit back and see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see if we see the passing ships. I didn't think so with the Braum passive. I mean, the Braum passive, I'm surprised they invaded. I was so, dude, I was tripping out for a second. I was like, wait.
Diego took the thresh after he died. it looked a little strange. You're like, wait, they have a Thresh, but
Yeah.
it was Viego. He took the Thresh body after, they got the kill. Ray going to get the first blood on the Jax there. So that is going to be a quick lead for Kachow. That's kind of what happens when you have two teams that know each other. You try a little cheese, but the other team expects it coming.
Yeah, I was like, wait, was our draft messed up? Wait, Key took Thresh jungle. All right, I'm locked in now. We do have the AD Jax. Looks like it's gonna come out. So nothing too spicy in the top lane, other than going to start out with that free-ish first blood for Ray.
Bobby Brown getting some good poke there off in the mid lane. Looks like both junglers starting on the bot side here. They'll both be pathing towards the top. Nice hook by Tyler Durden. He goes in with the flay.
Ooh, the Braum passive's gonna
Ooh.
hit ignite. Okay, nice flash.
Yeah, Stank forced to flash there. Braum just so oppressive with that passive early on.
Yeah, I'm a big Braum fan. I like Braum into Thresh. Both supports took ignite this game. I guess you like the ignite because you see the Viego and the Vladimir. I maybe would have went exhaust on Thresh, but I think it's to each their own on that one.
Yeah, get some kill pressure early. Get Macho ahead. Big game one from him, looking to a repeat performance here in game two.
So I'm pretty sure this is Macho's first match in split 2 at least. And then
Yes.
Ray has been playing mid, so he went top, and then Kittens has been AD carry.
Jonikis here with some early pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Going to gank, Ray. Dude, Caleb smartly backs off.
Should be free.
Gets the pop.
Oh,
Ooh, flash by Dude Caleb, flashback by Ray. And he's going to get the second kill.
yeah. It looked like a free kill there for a second. For Juicebox is going to end up being the second kill for Ray on this Jax. We'll see if he can take over, at least in the early and mid game. Cho'Gath obviously going to scale, but already down a little bit of CS.
Yeah, that's rough for Dude Caleb right there. He does teleport back to lane. Ray backs. He's also going to teleport as the Jax, but 2 kills. He's already has a Sheen to just a Ruby Crystal for Dude Caleb.
Ooh, no, Bobby getting... Okay. Gonna proc the electrocute, not gonna be enough to take Kittens down before Vladimir goes invulnerable. I don't know what the ability's called, but if you know, you can go for it. I think I've played Vladimir once or twice in my mid lane days, and I said I'll put that in the assassin category where there are a bunch of champs that I don't play.
I played Vladimir once in an ARAM and probably fed my face off, so do not know the name of the ability. He turns into a pool of blood, though.
That's fair. It's once you get into the 30s and 40s, you don't really be playing all those crazy champs. You gotta stick to the easy ones, the Misfortune
Yeah,
push our champs.
I like Ashe, Misfortune, nice and easy. I right-click people. Not too much action right now on the top side. A little bit of a CS edge for Ray. In the mid lane, equal in CS. We did see in game 1 Millie Bobby Brown get a couple good early looks, but was unable to do anything with that. And right now, we do see the blue side. Yep. Key's going to get the dragon there.
Yeah, kind of a free dragon. Jonikis on the Mundo clearing his top side. Maybe just trying to hover to make sure Ray doesn't get another kill. But it's going to be a free dragon. So it feels like, after that game 1 win, after this super early game for game 2, Kachow Esports feels like they are in the driver's seat, taking the momentum from game 1, but it is still super early. CS overall is pretty close between most lanes. It's just that free dragon and the 2 kills. We'll see what happens next as Jonakis is going to be spotted out on Vision bot lane.
He's coming in. Probably not any kill pressure here, though. Now, we did see this in game 1. Tempo game. Key definitely outperformed Jonakis in the jungle. Now, Jonakis plays pretty much every position to a pretty good level, but you gotta think maybe not master of any position.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously a bunch of teams will play, kind of swap people around. Rawr made it their, almost their identity last split. Neither one of these teams are Rawr, but obviously some players that have played for that organization. Key fits into that realm of where it can play all sorts of different roles, and usually is the top 1 or 2 player on that role. As Tyler's gonna hit a nice hook. If you're Adrian, you see the minions. There's like 7, 8 enemy minions right in front of you, none of yours. Surprised he's just gonna stand there and take a hook right to the noggin, but he said, "Hey Tyler, here's a freebie."
Yeah, okay, Key coming in. Millie Bobby Brown going to ult away to safety. Probably a win there for the side of Kachow, just to get that Aurora ult out of there. Okay, Tyler Durden hits another Q, but does eat a tower shot for it.
We'll see how risky Macho wants to get. I think he can fight here with Adrian back in lane, but yeah, not gonna spot him out quickly enough. Obviously, you have that lantern for safety and flashes up all around on the bot lane. So Macho does have the ult up. We'll see a flash ult right here. Nah,
I don't think so.
that'd have been too cool. Just misses Tyler Durden. We see Viego on the top side getting these free void grubs. We'll see if Jonakis wants to come down and contest the third one, but I don't think that's going to happen. Key playing very proactively here early.
Yeah, and Ray has that top pressure. Dude Caleb will be unable to contest. Mid lane, they also had pressure. Tyler Durden hits another Q. Braum standing in front.
That Braum passes.
Macho.
Macho still
Make sure to
has...
get the pedal on his way out.
Yeah. You don't need a kite anymore. Just get the pedal. Macho still had barrier and ult, and Adrian had the ignite. So they felt plenty safe. Macho is fairly Jonakis is potentially going to come for a gank. But it doesn't really feel like either side really wants to fight. The side of Juicebox Gaming going to back first. Macho to follow. Adrian Legitness will probably just clear vision and base or roam. What's it going to be? Base it is.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on here. No objectives on the map right away. Millie Bobby Brown, lots of poke, but not a lot of kills. And just like that, Vlad gets out of everything. Such a hard champion to pin down and kill.
Yeah, I'm a big Vlad fan. Having a good Vladimir on my team. Not too many people, I don't think, in kind of the low to mid elo that really play Vladimir in the competitive scene. But it's good.
Both junglers here on the bot side. We do have a dragon spawning soon. Jonakis was caught on vision. However, I believe Key was able to sneak into lane not being caught.
We'll see if they take this 3v4 fight. Oh, and he's going to steal it. Key with a nice steal. Going to get some Braum passes out. Ignite's going to take Key down. Macho not able to kite it out. And everyone's going to go down on the side of Kachow. So, I mean, Kachow get the dragon. Yeah, they got a little, 2-piece chicken McNugget for the dragon stack, but it cost them 3 lives. The side of Juicebox, the players are feeling a little stronger after that one.
Yeah, Stank's got to feel pretty good. Millie Bobby Brown got to feel pretty good. Those are your 2 damage dealers. You got some tanks to stand behind. It's where you want the kills, and they're both 2-0 right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised they took that one. Millie's going to go for some poke fighting and a little bit of the minions, but does have that double buff action going on. Jonikis going to come around the corner, see if he can get a little bit more damage on the Kitten's going to miss the axe throw. And probably just going to walk away. Maybe.
It's that one. It's that one.
Oh.
Yeah, Vlad just doing Vlad things there.
Millie Bobby's going to Old Vladimir. Both of them playing with fire. Viego is here, but Tyler Durden on the Thresh is here to cover. So all that was really used was the Aurora ult and the Vladimir, I guess, ult and flash. So you take this. If you're the side of Juicebox, Viego going to do another drive by in the mid lane. Not going to get anything. And Jonikis on top side again, just going to base. So all in all, a bunch of almosts.
Tyler Durden hasn't missed a Q yet.
See if Macho can turn on. Tyler does have vision. I don't think strong enough yet. Miss the hook's just gonna miss the Achilles heel.
We'll just call that caster curse right there.
Yeah, that is true. That's your fault.
Tyler Durden getting low. Adrian legit the all, and we're gonna go back to the top lane apparently.
Yeah, the camera was loving this Ray versus Dude Caleb matchup. I guess they knew no kills were gonna happen in the bot lane, as Jonikis is going to get spotted out on vision. I assume Key was spotted out on vision. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I missed it.
But with Jonikis down there, Key is going to look to invade here. Now, Ray did get the first 2 kills of the game, however, hasn't gotten anything since then, and it only has a 10 CS lead.
Ooh.
Gotta credit Dude Caleb here for, staying alive, even when he was down.
You just cursing
like
stuff left and right.
I mean, you gotta do it somehow.
Like, oh, and there's no action happening.
How many times can I do it? Kitten's surely gonna die here.
Yeah.
Surely.
Oh, I thought for sure Kitten was gonna get out, but no. Maybe I was gonna go back and the electrocute proc with the Millie Bobby Brown Aurora ult, Tyler Durden's Thresh Ignite. I thought for a second. Yeah, true. I thought Kittens was gonna get out actually for a second. Whenever the hook missed, but no. Juicebox up 2 kills, up 1,000-ish gold. Dragon's gonna spawn in 1 minute here as we get to this 15-minute mark. We'll see which side wants to go for it. I'm curious about the teamfight strength if you don't have the Jax with you.
Yeah, now Jax did just go back to lane by walking, whereas Cho'Gath teleported back to lane. So if they do decide to contest, that means Jax will be able to join the fight, whereas Dude Caleb on this Cho'Gath is not going to be able to teleport.
Okay.
It looks like
this
Chow is
call.
going for Rift Herald.
Yeah, I like the Rift Herald call. I mean, obviously you can still go for Dragon. But your Jax is the stronger laner on your team, so the Rift feels free. Wasted blue buff for Kachow. Looks like they're going to give the prio over to Juicebox for this Dragon. Jonikis is not ready for it. They're going to lose that mid prio. See if they can get a pick out on Macho. Gonna dodge right into a nice hook prediction by Tyler Durden. See, those are the ones that people don't think about. They don't respect as a support. As a support, that was a nice hook. The double prediction.
Yeah, I would never get caught with that.
Yeah, you wouldn't get caught with it because you wouldn't have even dodged backwards. You would have just kept running straight, and Tyler would
I
have
mean,
missed, and it would you would have thought you dodged it, and that's okay.
that's just like a triple reverse psychology move from by me.
I don't think that's like an ignorance is bliss type thing.
Well, meanwhile, tier 2 gonna go down. Millie Bobby Brown does show up though,
Can you get the ult
trying to
off?
clean up here. If he can get the
Oh,
reset, and unfortunately for him, Millie Bobby Brown with the 4th kill of the game.
yeah. I mean, in your opinion, you think that's worth it? I mean, you take 2 towers, which is it's nice because you have a Jax who is pretty strong, and is wanting to split push. But 2 lives,
Yeah,
I'd say it's pretty close, I guess.
I mean, you also have to think the Cho'Gath had nothing before that. Now ends with 1 assist and 1 kill. It's going to put Dude Caleb back in this game.
True. I mean, I like getting 1 tower, obviously. I guess that was going to happen anyway. Because that does get them the feats, right? Yeah. So I like they got the feats maybe a little too much. Maybe they thought they could take... I think they thought they were going to get the tower a lot sooner than that. So it is what it is. Gold still just at about 1,000. No mid lane towers down yet for that map pressure. And I think, I mean, here at 18 minutes, we have a pretty even game all around.
Yeah, you do have to feel pretty good about what is happening now. If you are Juicebox Gaming, you did lose pretty badly in the first game. You have a pretty big scaler in this Mundo. And they're looking on this Jax right now. Dude, Caleb does have the E if they get him low enough. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Tyler Durden first to flash. Oh, he's going to pull him in. And he's just going to pull him into himself to die. Maybe keep walking away there.
Yeah, we missed the shutdown kill onto the Aurora as we got to see the chomp up top. But I think it was a Macho that actually got that shutdown onto Millie Bobby Brown Aurora. So I think if you're Kachow, you'll take that because you get the shutdown gold and you get the mid pressure. Now giving Cho'Gath his 2nd free kill and what felt like a lane where Ray had full control. Maybe you don't love that for your split pushing capabilities. It's going to allow Dude Caleb's Cho'Gath to become strong and scale that much quicker. As we're pushing about 19 and a half minutes, 3 dragons down, 5 to 10 kills. So Juicebox, I don't know if they feel like they're that far ahead, or even if they are ahead, especially if you're going to get caught out like this. Tyler Durden's going to get the Braum passive. Macho, not the strongest champion yet, but with all these slows, it should be a free kill.
Alright, Kittens goes in for that kill.
TP coming in.
We have Millie Bobby Brown ult. Kitten's kind of caught now.
Kittens
Just gonna get
is
chased
fast, but not that fast. I don't know. I feel like Vladimir could have went down, and or the team just helped. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe they all die. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough, like you mentioned. Really gonna count on Macho here to do a lot of the damage on this Varus, but ADC is not that strong with only 1 item. It is Bork, so good at killing tanks, but you're going to need more than that to take down this Mundo, this Cho'Gath.
Yeah, they're only gonna get tankier. So, I mean, luckily your team does have some mixed damage. Adrian Legitness, I was gonna say get caught out, but Key and Macho responding quick. Have a 3v4 starting here as we have the TP coming in from the Vladimir. Does Juicebox continue to chase? There's no TPs from the top lane, so it's going to be a 4v4 fight for this 4th dragon. Foes.
Doesn't look like either side committing down here too much. We did see Macho use the Varus ult there. It did hit Jonakis, but Mundo goes where he pleases, so it didn't do anything.
Yeah, so you're going to have a nicer front line for Juicebox in this fight. We'll see if Kachow is actually strong enough if they take this fight. I mean, we see Macho pushing that mid wave, and Ray did base, has the TP available. Cho'Gath's going to have to walk. Is Kachow going to force this fight earlier, or are we all going to meet up, seem kumbaya for the 5v5 fight? No? Macho?
Yeah.
Macho?
Macho is backing
Macho?
here.
Macho, where you going?
There are pings coming onto the Otacon. And until their ADC arrives, they really can't do too much here.
For your juice box, I think you just take this fight right now.
Yeah. Millie Bobby Brown slays Key. And then Stank on a rampage. That's the 4th kill. Dude Caleb frontlining here, but the call will be to turn back with 2 down. It is a 5v3. And surely Juicebox Gaming can take this.
I mean, you have the Atacon shredding the resistances, but I don't know if it's enough. Tyler Durden surely goes down right here, but Macho's also
Bobby
going to go down.
Brown getting chased by Ray. Millie Bobby Brown better be careful.
Ray not.
Ray with a 3-man stun, but
not
it
that strong.
does not matter.
Yeah, no.
You might be able to take a squishy, but you're not going to kill this Mundo and this Cho'Gath quickly.
No. And I mean, overall, I like the macro decisions chemistry there on the side of Juicebox. Kachow just, I don't know. I don't know if it was a split call or what, but we're gonna see a TPN from the Aurora right into Keys Viego.
Questionable TP, but I think this might be a wallet diff here. Jonicus walking forward.
He gonna get out. Just a
Wisely
sliver of health.
decides not to continue pushing, but yeah, questionable. It is going to be Dragon though. That is going to even up the Dragons, 2-2. Now you look at these kills, you see 15-7. You see equal Dragons. You think that should mean that Juicebox Gaming has a big lead, but in fact it's only about 1,500 gold right here.
Yeah, we haven't really had a true 5v5 fight or even very many 4v4s. It's just been a weird 3v4 or 3v5 fight. So what team wins a full-on team fight? I don't know. You would assume it's going to be Juicebox. Over double the kills. Just 1,000 gold. 2 Ocean Drakes. You have the better front to back.
Yeah, they have the gold on the right people, right? The Aurora, the Zaya. Between the two of them, 11 kills, only 1 death. If Kachow can't get on those 2 backliners, it's going to be very tough for them to win a fight here.
Yeah, so it might come down to a flank angle. You might leave Ray on the side. I mean, Cho'Gath's obviously not going to just free die to the Jax, but Jax still seems to have the ability to press all the way up to towers. We see 4 members for Kachow on the bot side, 1 top side, and it's not exactly an equal match. They're kind of doing a 1-3-1 for Juicebox right now. I mean, they have the Baron Prio, but I don't think you do it with a Mundo, Thresh, and Zaya.
They did start it. Right, I don't know that you want to take this, but
Kachow knows that they hit it. They have to know that Juicebox is in there somewhere.
see if they can bait them out. Adrian Legitness walking towards his death, possibly. Oh, he throws the Q. And we'll find out that they're in there.
Another
nice
nice
prediction again by Tyler Durden.
Bunch of good predictions, or just closing his eyes and throwing them. Who knows? We'll never know.
After I just saw that one, it might be the latter.
No, those are the toughest ones to hit when they're right in front of you.
I know a support that says the exact same thing. But,
I'm telling you. They're the hardest ones because you're like, why would they not dodge out of my way?
Telling you, it's smart not to.
Well, the best ones are whenever. Wait a minute. Adrian's going to get hooked and gonna get flayed. Has to
Gonna
flash.
be-
Have to take the macho ult.
That's gonna cost them a lot right there, though. Macho does finish Rageblade, though. So that's gonna be 2 items for him. Zaya, more than halfway done with the IE here. That would be a 3rd item for Stank. $26 in. This is still a close game. It feels like Juicebox is further ahead than they actually are.
Yeah, I think it's just. I mean, you have a 6-1 mid laner and a 5-0 AD carry. It's yeah. Maybe it's just because they're not playing like on a confidence level like they're that strong. I mean, they are down some CS, especially in the jungle, but yep, a little bit of gold. You know, it's still just hovering around just under that 1K. We'll see if we can get a mid lane fight here. 4v4. Or we just chill for the Baron, maybe the Dragon. Ray's gonna go in, gonna fight, do Caleb to the death. We'll see. 2 fights. Bromwell gonna come through. Brom passive.
Down.
Nice hook. Jonik is
Macho was
healing.
free firing. Kittens gets the first kill. And now that's 2. Stank with the ult trying to get out. Has to flash as well.
Key the ult to close the gap and is going to take down Stank's Zaya. They're gonna chase Jonikis back in this mid lane, I assume, just to get some mid prio. I feel like you go. I guess if they feel confident, they can do. Baron should be free though. I guess we didn't even check the real Ray kill choke. I didn't even notice. So
Yeah, while they were there, that is going to be 4 kills for 1. We do have very low health bars here. Adrian Legitness going to have to watch out. Key and Kittens both with some lifesteal, so it shouldn't be an issue for them.
nah, should be free. Maybe if Jonikis ran straight to Baron, he could have tried to go for a steal, but he didn't know. He didn't know who based and who didn't. So smart play there. I mean, a nice fight for Kachow. A little bit of chaos for everybody. Stank almost put enough damage into the members of Kachow, but the front line kind of died. Macho getting way too loose.
Oh,
Way
he
too
had the
loose.
ult, but Mundo goes where he pleases and cannot be CC'd by that Varus ult.
They do not want to have this dragon stolen again by Key, but Key's not even here to do it, so
I don't know that.
they don't know. They don't know. Brom could have stolen it.
I've seen crazier things.
So we have 3. Tyler opting not to take that hook. Not really knowing who is over the wall for Kachow, so I like that. Just chill. Kachow does have the Baron, but I mean, those 3 Ocean Dragons for Juicebox. If you're Mundo and Cho'Gath, you're liking that.
Feels good. You're up kills, but you are down 2,000 gold after that mid lane fight. Now, we said for Kachow to win, they would have to get on the back line. And in that fight, they blew up Millie Bobby Brown very quickly. Jonikis maybe a little too far out. But instead, the mid lane tier 2 will go down to Kachow Esports.
Yeah, Kachow just feels like they're playing more confidently. Now, maybe you could say that they're playing a little too loose in some of these instances where they've gotten claps on. But hey, you play relaxed. Sometimes that helps in your favor. Cho'Gath just chilling in the bush. I thought he was going to base. Dude Caleb going to opt to back up as he knows Kachow went into the top jungle. Didn't know for sure where.
Mank has to watch out. You can't be pushed all the way up there as an ADC.
Has the ult, but
You're going to have to use it. Does not matter. going to die. Yeah, that is not good.
Yeah, I mean, we have over 40-second timers. You cannot be getting caught out like that. Now, some people would yell at their support and be like, "Why is Thresh not standing on top of me?" But it's really
I,
Snake's fault. It's Snake's fault.
I wasn't gonna say it, but
You
it
were
is
thinking
never
it.
an ADC's fault.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's always the support. Ooh, speaking of supports, nice hook again by Tyler Durden.
Yeah, Tyler has been hitting a lot of good hooks this game. It's just a lot of them have been on the Braum. I mean, I've gotten a couple picks on Braum, but definitely not the best target. Going to hit Key. Can't go in yet until the team arrives. Xayah is going to come back to the mid lane. Jonakiss is going to arrive. Dude Caleb's going to show up in this bot lane to push Ray back. We'll see if we get a chase down. I assume without the Aurora ult, they're not going to go too far.
Do have teams posturing, but like you mentioned, no real action. Now with Macho not here, Kachow definitely not looking for the fight.
Yeah, and they knew Macho was topside. They could see him on vision, I believe. So it's like the second or third time we've seen Macho kind of out in no man's land, just off by himself. I think it's fine if the rest of the team's going to play super safe. But we've seen it once or twice where that was not the case. So like to see a little bit more communication there, but no one died.
I mean,
You're up 4,000 gold, so hey, it is what it is.
Macho 283 CS. You know, us ADCs, we need our farm.
Yeah, you're one of those dudes that's like, I know we lost the game and I wasn't there for any team fight, but I got 300 CS.
Yeah, but I got 9 CS per minute. What do you want me to do? Damage? What? That's crazy.
You're doing damage just to the minions.
I mean, yeah, that's my job, right?
The team
I
wasn't
think.
staying with
Maybe.
you.
Good point, good point. Dragon will be spawning here in about 48 seconds. Both teams positioning for vision around that bot side river. Right now 4v4, neither top laner has joined, but they are both on their way. Looks like Juicebox Gaming has the inside track at the moment.
Are we going to get our first 5v5 fight?
It's not here yet. And it looks like Key might be going for a flank, or at least threatening that. It's true front to back. You gotta favor the team with the 3 tanks. Unless, of course, you can get on that back line and blow up this Aurora, blow up this Xayah. But a lot of big guys to stand behind. And Juicebox Gaming will start the dragon. Okay. Jax is going to jump in. A lot of action here. And it looks like that Stank and Millie Bobby Brown able to free fire here, but Key with the resets, and just like that,
Jeez.
the triple kill for Viego. It looked so good until those resets came through for Key and the Viego. It looks like solo Q right there, just taking the bodies and getting the kills. You don't see the Viego often in comp, but it can work if you get the resets.
Yeah, I mean, the 2 carries for the side of Juicebox stayed alive till the end. They were able to attack, I mean, almost as much as possible in that fight. I mean, you have the Braum shield there for a bit. You had the invulnerability from the Vladimir. And then, of course, the Key going invulnerable with those resets. I mean, they kind of shredded those tanks super quick. And the 2 carries, I mean, they did as much damage as they could. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah, now, I don't want to flame anyone, but I do notice that Dude Caleb and Jonakiss both still have their ults up after that fight. The other 8 ultimates were used, but maybe they're saving it for next team fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, it might have just gotten CC'd to death. Literally, I guess. Yeah.
Maybe, maybe.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't.
know. Mundo might want to, as soon as the first engage comes down, at least hit that.
True.
I guess you could make a case for Dude Caleb not eating anyone, but
Yeah. It's like they're just gonna waste it. There was no one, no one to eat by the time he died. But the Mundo, yeah, no excuses. Rush gonna hit the
speaking
hook.
of which,
Aurora
Tyler
ult.
Durden hits the hook. Aurora ult. Braum shield comes down. Braum ult. But another hook by Tyler Durden finds Kittens. Popped up in the air and a shutdown for Zaya. Now 8-3-6 for Stank.
Yeah, back-to-back hooks to get that fight going to take some people down. But I mean, Jax pushing into this base. He did get the ult. Man, Adrian is a hook magnet. Only has 4 deaths this game, counting that one. But as Ray's gonna
Millie
get super
Bobby
aggressive.
Brown. Ooh. Millie Bobby Brown has to be very careful.
Ray wants it. Whew.
Ooh. Now we do have 4 members of Juicebox Gaming pushing down this mid.
I thought the minions were gonna kill him. Nice TP. I mean, Vego is back up, but
Juicebox Gaming going to walk out after taking the mid inhib. They did lose the bot side though, as we mentioned. Ray took that down as well as one of the Nexus turrets.
yeah, I mean, I think overall I mean, that was pretty even. Obviously, you got what 2 or 3 kills in the mid lane, and almost that kill down there in the bot lane. But it's gonna be inhib for inhib, but that base tower, we'll see. We'll see if that one becomes a crucial piece. We don't have another objective for another minute and a half. I assume Jax is gonna go top lane, even though it doesn't have the TP to match Dude Caleb. I don't know. I mean, with a split pusher on your team, I think you favor an inhib on the side lane going down over the mid lane. It's easier to catch those super minions in the mid lane, I assume.
We are 38 minutes into this.
Uh-oh, Millie Bobby
A
Brown.
lot of people at full, but Tyler Durden may be caught here. You can hit any hook you want, but when you're stuck between 4 members, it doesn't matter. Ray with the kill. His 6th on that Jax.
Yeah, it's one of those where you know you have to get the vision for the team. You know this is an important drag soul for both teams. But going a little too early to get your team some vision, your teammates have to be with you. Don't have any vision on the other team, or to see the other team. So just walked right into his death as we see a death bush coming. It's going to be the Mundo that's going to check it. It's going to be fairly difficult to pop the Mundo. Millie Bobby opting not to go in there. That bot lane is going to push for the side of Kachow Esports. A nice flash by Key.
Flash forward for Key. Millie Bobby Brown with the flash themselves. But Key will get the kill. Gets the reset. Takes the Aurora. Dude Caleb is here for the fight. Braum ult comes down. Ray goes into the stasis. Dude Caleb dead again here. Stank is trying to free fire behind Jonicus. But it's 4v3 right now. The flash forward. Stank with the double kill. But he is low. Kittens with the flash forward.
Kittens, okay.
I heard Kittens didn't play mid. I am not so sure after this series.
Oh, and that.
Oh, the inhibitor comes back up just as they were about to win. That is incredibly unfortunate if you are the side of Kachow Gaming. They had the win, and the inhibitor says no. Jonicus goes on a killing spree.
Yes, so close to getting it. What, they were probably 3 more seconds from ending the game and getting their first match win of the split, but you see the all chats coming through. Kitten's already hit him with a GG. Is that going to be an all-time jinx here in Rivals League. We'll see if Juicebox can make this comeback, as they're going to get the free Ocean Soul.
Yeah, I think that I am the only one allowed to jinx people in Rivals League, so, no worries, kittens. I got you covered. Baron is spawning as we speak. Both teams with all 5 members up now. Surely this could be the fight that decides it. 42 minutes into this banger.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be
Juicebox
the
Gaming
5v5.
starting.
I mean, you have the double smite on the side of Juicebox, but is it enough? We'll see what they prio here.
They do take it. Will there be a fight, or will they be able to get out? Ooh, Millie Bobby Brown goes forward. What is he doing?
Whoa.
He gets caught. That's half the damage on the team.
And Millie
Dude,
throws
Caleb
the
will go
game?
down again.
I mean, your team gets the Baron. You have some super minions still in the mid lane.
Why was he going in? Surely that is going to be the game here.
Yeah,
Death
Baron or
timers
not.
almost an entire minute long. It is a 5v3. Stank, the only damage left in this game. Going to take a miracle here. Tyler Durden goes down. Jonicus stunned by the Braum passive. He'll go down. Stank going to have to 1v5. Hits an ultimate, but it's not going to be enough. The flash forward. Stank goes down. And that is going to be game for Kachow Esports. Their first win of the series over their sister team, or almost sister team, in the Rawr Civil War.
Yeah, that was, I mean, we have a 43-minute banger that seemed like it was close for the majority of the game, at least, on paper. I mean, Juicebox got the Ocean Soul, got the Baron, and Millie Bobby said, my dinner's ready. I have to get off. I'm going in. Leroy Jenkins and Dude Caleb said, I got you, buddy. I'm going to go in there with you. And wow.
Yeah, that was tough. A very good start of the game for Juicebox Gaming. Much better than in game 1. It was close the entire way through, but like you mentioned, a couple bad mispositioning plays throughout this by Juicebox Gaming kind of let the game go through. We saw Stank get caught out once. We saw Tyler Durden get caught out once. We saw Millie Bobby Brown get caught out at the very end, costing the game. It just seems like Juicebox Gaming not communicating, not really working together, going for wards, going for vision, and it was just one too many times they end up losing the game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that early and mid, especially in the mid game, Kachow was the one that seemed like they weren't communicating the best. Just some kind of inconsistent plays across the board. But in that late game, when it really matters, it was Juicebox making some very interesting plays. I mean, going all the way back to the early part of the game, I feel like kind of all that pressure that we were able to see from Ray. I mean, it started with those super early 2 kills that he started with, especially that first one. That it felt like Ray was dead to rights with the Jonicus gank. Ray had some fancy feet, and then Key was there to ultimately actually get Ray the first blood. So I feel like those super early plays let Ray get ahead. Was able to split push all the game, especially, we touched on the Rift Herald in the top lane that they ultimately died for, but all of that side lane pressure, I don't know, right? To me personally, if you was to ask me, I'd probably give it to Ray. I mean, you can make the argument for almost every player for this series MVP, but I don't know. I'm gonna give it to Ray because I feel like a lot of that, non-flashy reasons that they won was because of all that pressure that Ray was able to give the team. Who do you have for your series MVP for Kachow Esports?
Yeah, I agree with you. Almost every player for Kachow played well. Securing them their first win, not necessarily what anyone expected coming into this. And because of that and the expectations, I am going to say Kittens, actually, for me. Um,
Okay. Okay.
Looking at the OPGG, I was not expecting a lot, being that they do not play mid. Um, and, you think Millie Bobby Brown as an aggressive mid laner should be able to play very well into them. But 2 games in a row, Kittens did very well in that mid lane. So maybe it's because I was just surprised by how well they did, but I'm going to go Kittens MVP based off of that.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. 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 I definitely see it. Definitely one of the. I don't even know if shocking sounds derogatory, but it's not. Yeah, didn't expect that, especially that nice flash there at the end in Juicebox's base. So love to see a Vladimir and a Viego both pop off. She has those champs that we alluded to don't see too often. So um, yeah, there. I think with that series and wrapping up week 3, I believe that bumps Juicebox down into the 4th seed for the Righteous division, and I think Kachow will either be 2nd or 3rd in my division. Uh, we'll see. I don't want to try to re-explain how the playoffs and whatnot work. We will touch on that tomorrow night or Wednesday night. I guess it is tomorrow, but we'll see whenever you watch this. Wednesday night during the Rivals run back of how playoffs works once again. But you're of course aiming for that number 1 seed so you can get that bye. But even that number 2 seed makes your week 5 a little bit safer, as it's kind of like a play-in match, if you will, in that week 5. So we'll see. It was I feel like a somewhat close series. It was a 2-0 win for Kachow. But I mean, you see the stats overall were pretty close. That game felt pretty close. Juicebox got the Baron, so they definitely had the chance to win it. But Kachow with a nice 2-0 win that I think they really needed for this Rivals split. So I'm gonna stop rambling. And any parting words before we wrap up this week 3 of Rivals Split 2?
Yeah, I mean, we're halfway through the season now, basically, and it's been another exciting season. Definitely some unexpected teams in the first spot, some unexpected teams in the last spot. But that's what I love about this league. Pretty much every week, you have a team that can come out of nowhere and beat one of the higher ranked teams. A lot of parity, a lot of fun, and you know, sometimes you get these 43-minute bangers like this where it all comes down to one slight mispositioning, and those are the games that are the best to cast.
Absolutely agree. All right, everyone have a good night, rest of your week. We will see you tomorrow night, Wednesday, for the Rivals run back as we go into week 4 of Rivals League Split 2. Have a good night.